Okay, I'm doing this video because I don't have the guts to do a Facebook Live, but I wanted to talk about ADHD and how it affects my life and my two children's life. I absolutely adore my children. They're amazing. But the fight as a family that we have had to go through, and this is not just with schools, it's with parents, with partners, with non-believers, with just give them a hiding. Give time with me and I'll sort it out for you. And to sort my parenting out. And I think I've worked tirelessly for 10 years developing Ad Norfolk through passion and drive. And it's not about me, and it's not about my sons. It's too late for those. It's about the thousands and billions of children that are going to go through the school system with ADHD and being abused on a daily basis, abused by the system, crushing their spirit, dampening being themselves, being told to do something on a daily basis that they can't achieve. And it's bullying. And because of that, we have huge mental health issues. We have people wanting to die. We have people losing jobs. We have people having no self-esteem. We have depression. We have all sorts. Because they have ADHD and it hasn't been recognised and it hasn't been treated. And I'm tired. I hear from families all day how their children are just excluded. How my youngest son has ADD, beautiful child, never rude to teachers, really lovely chap, a bit cheeky, chatty, and he gets after school detentions, reports, isolations, for disorganisation, for forgetfulness, for not sitting still. These are all key symptoms of ADHD. You wouldn't do this to somebody who was in a wheelchair and tell them to get up and walk. You wouldn't do that. You wouldn't say to someone who's epileptic, get up off the floor and stop messing about on the floor while you're having your fit. You just wouldn't do it. So why do we feel that we have to tell somebody with ADHD they have to sit still? It's painful to sit still. It's painful to concentrate for long periods of time. Some people it's 5 minutes all they can manage, but they're punished for it every day. And then they wonder when they get to 5, 6, 7, 8 why they're defiant and angry and frustrated and kick out. And then they have to go in exclusion. Then they're permanently excluded. And then the parents need medication because they're depressed. They can't cope with their jobs because they're always out of their employment looking after appointments at the school because the school system can't cope with them. But it's okay, we'll just exclude them. This is not the answer. These children are bullied and abused by the system every day. And there needs to be early intervention. These children need to understand what ADHD is. They need to understand that they're okay. They need to understand that it's nothing to do with their parents and it's not because they're not okay. They need to understand that their toolbox is different, but they can achieve great things. I have a degree. I can speak well. I can make telephone calls. I've had good jobs. And having the diagnosis for me has been empowered me to really, there are more days that I want it than not want it, because I've realised what it can do, the quick thinking. And there's so many entrepreneurs and great people that have ADHD, and it's okay to have it. And I've lived, before I was diagnosed, with shame and embarrassment that I was never quite as good as anyone else, when all it was I had ADHD. So why, when these children go to school at 4 or 5 years old, why does schools say, yeah, he's not sitting down, he's not concentrating, he needs to sit still. If only he would focus, he would do well. If only he would sit still, he would do well. So why, when someone's in a wheelchair, do they not say, if only you could stand up and walk and do sports day, you'd do well? Why don't they say that? It's the same thing. It's abuse. And these children need to understand, give them the tools to learn to manage themselves. Don't push them into the ground. They don't exist anymore. And I'm sorry this has gone on for ages, but I needed to get it out. And I get frustrated, really frustrated. And I will campaign until my deathbed so these children will be treated with the respect that they deserve.